persons already online. Amazing. Guys, I just make everything ready for you. I hope more people will join in the next few seconds. I hope you can hear me clearly, loud and clearly with this setup, with this microphone. Give me a thumbs up in your comments or in the chat. You just write yes. So I know the signal is good and people can understand me. So first of all, before we start with the whole knowledge thing, please give me a thumbs up or say yes so you can hear me loud and clear. Let me know in the chat. Wait a second. Yes, Flow is live as well. Amazing. Okay, Alice, top. Yes, from Marcel. Amazing. Cool. I'm super stoked, guys, because 2023 is going to be an amazing year for everyone who's new. I'm going to do a small introduction in a minute, but first of all, I want to make sure that I know more about you guys. So let me know quick in the chat. I heard about it already. Signal is nice. Where you're from. Just write me your city or country where you're from. Countries may be more interesting. Just write quick in the chat. Where are you currently watching this live workshop? So we all kind of, because I love what is amazing. Germany. Cool. Milano. Oh, nice. Frederica from Milano, Italia. Germany. Super excited. Super cool. Why? Because I always love it to see the people are connected from so many different countries, but what brings us together is this passion for surfing, because my main goal now with this live workshop is, it's all about you, obviously, but to make you so stoked about 2023 so you can achieve your surf goals. There's a strategic plan, and there's a small exercise for you coming up soon. That's why I hope you're watching this in front of your phone, iPad, or laptop. What you need is just a pen and paper, because you have to take some notes. Probably usually during this workshop, I will say something in between, or this exercise, which brings you to more understanding. So please write some stuff down and do the following exercise with a pen and paper. South Africa, we have even South Africa. We have Spain, we have Madrid. Amazing, guys. So buenos dias, hombres. And I look so much forward for this workshop, because I prepared myself. I love coaching, but usually I'm coaching in front of real people. But that will be happening soon again. But at the moment, I'm in Holland. I would write down Holland. Before I start a small introduction, I have the first question to you, because then I can give better examples. First question here in the community is the following: which surf level you are? So just click here in the small question if you never surfed. Might be some people who wants to surf the first time here in 2023, or more than 1 week at least, or even intermediate or better. So just click when, so I can make better examples with the upcoming exercises. So we have 65% already, more than 1 week. It's amazing. Hello, I'm from Estonia, from Berlin. We have Berlin, South Africa. We have Spain. We have Italy. Guys, this is already, I'm super stoked. I'm super stoked that you take the time to watch this workshop, because it shows me already your effort and your commitment for your own surf goals and what you want to learn and what you want to achieve about surfing. Because this whole channel, this whole Surf Companions, is about how to improve your surfing. Small introduction, because I can see the stats now. If you clicked already, still loading, will come soon. So a small introduction, if you're new to the channel or you don't know me as a person, I'm Daniel. I'm ICE A2 surf coach. I coach more than 10 years. And yes, I love coaching. I love developing people. I love the shining eyes when they finally have a breakthrough of, I understand it. It's this amazing feeling of catching a wave. But also, I'm so lucky. I think he's watching live as well. Florian is the co-founder with me. Together, we founded the Surf Companions, and you might saw already the illustrated surf knowledge books. We have the beginner and the intermediate already, where we show step-by-step approach, like what you have to do in surfing. And guys, I'm just smiling the whole workshop, probably because we grow so nicely. And thanks for all the messages on Instagram, on YouTube, the comments under the videos, and emails. You reply and ask questions. It's amazing, because it makes us stoked and motivated to keep on going, because this is the whole purpose for you guys. So the headline for this whole workshop is anyway to improve your surfing, your goals. It's all about you. Okay, but you have to know who's sitting in front of you. So I'm coaching more than 10 years. I have a YouTube channel. I do the Instagram and so on. So you might have questions about what we're going to do, and exciting. I hope you're excited. But more important is we have 3 things to discuss quick. The goals. What is goal and how to achieve them strategically. The second one we're going to talk quick about is your preparation. It's like how to prepare yourself on the beach, outside the beach, at home. You're probably a holiday surfer, or you even live on the beach. So I have 2 preparations for you, and exercises which you can do, not particularly once, but I will get an overall idea of what's important, where you have to be focused on. So the first one is goals. I have a look quick in the statistics. Here we go. Where are you based, Daniel? Hey, Paula. Yeah, our company is based in Hamburg, in Germany, but I'm traveling all around Europe with my big surf camper. So I'm currently, I was over Christmas in Holland with some family and my girlfriend, but we're gonna go on Monday again to South France, North Spain, and then South Spain. So I'm traveling around. Usually the summer, I'm in South France, in a beautiful neighborhood from Osgore, beach breaks. I love it. So first of all, it's still loading your data, which is amazing. But let's jump right into it. Goals. What is goals? I have to look here because there's a definition for goals. Goal is actually an objective or target that someone is trying to reach or achieve. Yes, let's talk about goals. So goals, once again, you want to achieve something, you as a person. Yes, probably 2023 is January. People want to stop smoking, get rid of bad habits, or want to be fitter, whatever it is. I want to give you a general tip, coaching tip, but also we go in depth with the exercise with you in your own goals. So the first overall about achieving goals and how to reach goals. Yes, a lot of people, you have friends probably, or you want to stop smoking, like I said, or any goal you want to achieve. Everyone is telling himself a bit, yeah, it's January, I want to drink less, or I should do more push-ups, and so on. But there's a nice, I love reading books, by the way. It's amazing to develop yourself and get free knowledge. But the goal I want to give you to reach any goal is the following. Instead of just saying like, I want to stop smoking, you have to become a different person. So you have to change your identity. I'll give you another one. If your goal this year is, for example, I want to read 10 books, you just don't have to think about, I want to read 10 books. No, you have to become a reader. Once again, because if you change your identity, oh, I'm a reader now, it's a normal habit of a reader to read books. The same as, oh, I want to be more fit. Oh, I want to do more push-ups. This is a general thing, maybe a goal of you. I want to do more push-ups. But if you say, I'm going to become an athlete, then it's a normal thing for an athlete to do push-ups. I hope that it's clear, because that thing, that little change helped me a lot in my years when I realized that, whoa, every goal from then on, I set it myself. It doesn't matter if it's health, financial, family, relationships, whatever goal you set yourself, change your identity first, because then reaching the goal becomes easy. Because you always ask yourself, would an athlete eat this third cheeseburger here in McDonald's? Probably not. Would this athlete, if you identify as an athlete, which surfers are, we have to be fit to have more fun in the water. If you're an athlete, would you really go drunk every night? No. If you're a pro athlete, they're not even drinking alcohol at all. So change your identity. Write it down if that is something for you, because it helped me a lot. So change your identity. And the second thing is, if you want to achieve goals, is write it down. Make a commitment. Write any goal down. I'm used to write diaries. Like I have always those diaries where I, not every day, but a travel diary. And I don't say you have to do it, but it helped me a lot, because every year I'm sitting down and I'm like focusing on goals. Like I said, financially, health, whatever it is, write it down. Make a commitment and say, for example, imagine yourself, this is not a real exercise, but you can do it. Imagine yourself in 2024 at the end of the year, December, sitting Christmas under a Christmas tree, and what kind of feeling, what kind of things you want to have enjoyed and achieved in this year. We're going to talk about the surfing in a second, but what kind of thing? This is the first exercise. And then those things you write down. Then you say, for example, I, Daniel, please don't write down Daniel, your name, obviously. Write it down and say, like, I achieved this and this and this. I want to have this amount of money of my account, whatever. I want to have a bigger biceps, whatever you want to achieve. I want to have a healthy relationship with my family, whatever it is, write it down. So the first one, change your identity. Whatever goal you want to reach, you have to become that person. Even if you didn't do it yet, but because the habits come automatically if you change your, it's the same like, I want to paint a picture. You have to become a painter. Because a painter just sees the world differently. He's like, oh yeah, cool. What kind of brush I use? What kind of color I use? Enough examples, I guess. So you get the point. First of all, identity change. Second one is write it down. Make a commitment to yourself. Cool. The third one about goals spoken is have a realistic goal. Realistic means like, just like, for example, if you're just starting to surf, you cannot have a goal within a year saying like, I want to become a pro surfer. All those pro surfers, they started when they're really young age. And to really compete in this kind of level, it's really unlikely and unrealistic. So for a period, we're going to talk about targets and periods in a second. It's going to be, you have to target a nice, realistic goal. Not an under, but also not an overachiever. And put it in a nice time frame. So for example, you can tell yourself in 1 year, I want to learn this and this and that. Or in 1 month, I want to at least done 100 push-ups, whatever. Then it's a realistic goal. Is it possible? Yeah, I can do push-ups. Yeah, I have no injury. Cool. A month, 100. That's possible with me. So you have a goal which is realistic, and you put it in a nice time frame. So first of all, thumbs up. Did you understood everything? Is it too quick or too slow? Just give me a thumbs up if, or a big yes if you're fine at the moment with the speed and everything I teach you right now, because now after that, after your thumbs up or yes, we start with the first exercise for you. The data is still waiting. Yo, we serve make content, Great Lakes. You, cheers, brothers. Everything fine from Robert and Flo, Caro. Yes. Nice. Lulu. Yes, perfect. Okay, cool. So the first exercise for you in surfing. Now we go from this general, like I said, changing habits. You become the identity, write it down. Yes, take your pen and paper. And the first exercise for surfing, we're going to talk about surfing now and surfing goals. Your surfing goals for the next years, but also in 2023 is the following. First exercise, take your pen and write down. The first one on top, write ultimate, the ultimate goal. Write it down, ultimate goal. You can also write it down, ultimate surf goal, and then 2 points. Ultimate surf goal. Done it? Perfect. Then you leave a bit of space, and then you write down long-term goal, long-term goal, long-term goal. Perfect. Boom, boom. Then you leave a little bit of space, and then you write down short-term goal, short-term goal. Perfect. Write it down. Nice. So the following exercise, I explained it quick. It's going to be easy, but also a bit interesting for yourself, because you probably never ask yourself that question in surfing, but you can almost do it for every subject in your life. But we're going to talk about surfing now, because it's going to be, I just feel it. 2023 is going to be an amazing year. I told it already so many times to Flo. I don't know what your feeling is, but my gut feeling says like this year it's going to be great. I don't know why. It's just going to be great. Maybe you share that feeling with me. Okay, back to the exercise. The ultimate surf goal, ultimate, what stands there? I give you 1 or 2 minutes to think about the ultimate surf goal. After the explanation, you continue. The ultimate surf goal is the ultimate surf goal for yourself. It could be, for example, look at your whole life and then say like, okay, what's my goal in surfing? Like the ultimate life goal in surfing. So the time frame is your life. I hope you have a happy and long life, healthy and long life. But imagine your whole life. What is your ultimate surf goal? Write it down. Think about 1 minute about it. I give you a little bit of space, time. Write it down. It could be, for example, I want to surf with my grandchildren even if I'm 17. Or it could be, I want to do an air with my shortboard. Yeah, okay. Or I want to, because you're a longboarder, you want to surf with a longboard. I want to surf with a longboard and are able to do a hang 10. This is like a trick where you really go to the front of the nose of the longboard. Or whatever, I want to have at least one barrel in my life. Whatever your ultimate surf goal is, write it down. You have 1 minute to think about. It could be anything. It's individual. It's your year. It's your workshop. 1 minute time. Cool. Think about your ultimate surf goal. Whoever joined just now, joined with the live workshop, write down pen and paper, ultimate surf goal, long-term surf goal, and short-term surf goal, and then write the ultimate surf goal for yourself for your whole lifespan. I'm interested what you guys writing. Perfect. Give me another second. Super. Guys, I'm anyway overwhelmed that so many people are joining and take their time to progress and to develop themselves into surfing and want to get some free surf knowledge. Guys, let me know quick if you finished, thumbs up or a big yes again. Ba-ba-bam. Write it in so you got your your ultimate surf goal for yourself. If you want, and if you want to share it in the chat, done. Rafael said done. Listo. Perfect. And right, if you want, and if you want to share it for someone, I would be so interested what you guys, you don't have to share it, but if you like, share it quick and let me know what is your ultimate surf goal. I'm always interested. If you like to share it, just do it quick, and I love to read it. I'm not reading aloud out, maybe if you want, but it's super cool. Okay, wait a second. Let's just have a look. Some canal. Cool. Nice. 42% of you guys are intermediate or even better, and 21% never surfed. Amazing. So it's exciting times for beginners. Yeah, for beginners, you cannot really, how can you say it? I think you first have to have the feeling of really surfing, and then the first time taking off maybe, or you want to travel at least 5 surf spots in the world. Whatever ultimate goal you have, also write it down, because it will help you, and it might change. You can also change your ultimate surf goal within the years, because yes, things happen to people. I will tell you later not a cool story, but an important story about mindset and sports psychology, but I come to that. Oh yeah, here we have some nose riding longboard. Look, we have Patrick. His ultimate goal is a nose ride with a longboard. How do you know when you're intermediate? Hey Paula, just quick, she asked, how do you know where you're intermediate? I would call more people who are paddling into the lineup behind the waves and waiting for green waves and can catch green waves themselves, so with them, and go a little bit to the side, but catch them wave during the current, mid the current, go out with the current, catch green waves by themselves. This is like, I would call it like traveling surfing, call them intermediate. When you compare it with the world, this is like, intermediate is someone who can do easy the basic turns like bottom turn, re-entry, cutback. But for this workshop, I see intermediate everyone who is able to paddle out in the lineup by themselves and catch green waves. Go for a clean hang 10. Look, we have a hang 10. We have some longboarders here. Amazing. Keep improving. Make sure constant in my life since I'm a Madrid base. He is in Rafael in Madrid. Amazing goal. Pull a nice cutback and re-entry. Diana wants to do a clean, nice cutback and a re-entry. Amazing goals, guys. Keeping up with my kids in the next 15 years. It's an amazing, that's a cool life goal. Yeah. So you see already, every ultimate life surfing goal is, even here, you see with us few people, different. So, and now we come in a minute, why is it important about to write it down? Because now it comes to long-term goal. go to your long-term goal on your pen and paper. Long-term goal is something, if you're a surf traveler, for example, the next surf vacation. So in the next 1, 2, or even 3, even longer period, when you live on the beach, it's probably maybe take a time horizon between 1 month and 6 months. This is your long-term goal. So for this year, now it becomes exciting, 2023. In this year, choose a long-term goal for yourself right now, which includes or brings you closer to the ultimate goal. It doesn't have to attach to it, like it doesn't have to be particular going directly to the ultimate goal. But for example, if your goal is, let's just do a nose ride, Patrick, to do a nose riding, I give you an example. Patrick's ultimate goal is to do a nose ride on a longboard. Should he then go on the long-term goal this year on his next surf vacation, or he lives on the beach on his shortboard every day and tries to do airs? That's not probably like how it works. That's why his long-term goal should apply to that. For example, maybe his fitness, I'm not saying Patrick that, but maybe his fitness is not so good as usual, or his pedal power. Then you can set yourself, okay, long-term surfing goal is to improve my pedal power and be at least once a week in the water, whatever it is. So write down your long-term goal for the next month, and for this year. So what comes in your mind, what you want to improve this year, means like your next surf vacation, or if you live in the beach and consistent swell, the next 1 month or till 6 months. Yeah, this period of time. What you want to improve. I give you another minute to think about it, because it's your exercise, it's your workshop. Write it down. Never surfing is landlocked most of the time. Cool. Robert is landlocked. Long time ago, going to south of France with my family each year. That's a nice long-term goal. Amazing. So Marcel wants to keep up with his kids, but Marcel also said his long-time goal is going to South France with family each year. So this goal, to achieve that goal, Marcel has to think about, like, okay, which camp is family friendly? Do I have my boards with me? And different things, and how he achieves those things. But Marcel didn't say like, oh, I want to do big cutbacks or whatever. No. His goal is to have an amazing time with his family in South France. This is amazing. And this is super cool, because this is strategic, individual, for yourself, and planned. That is incredible, guys. Okay, if you want to share it quick. I would love to read it. Say long-term goal, boom. Tell me your long-term goal. By the way, 24% of you guys never surfed. Exciting times. I will never forget, probably never, no one of us will forget the first time we surfed. So this is something really, really cool. Okay, if you want to share it, share your long-term goal for the next 1 to 3 months, 1 to 6 months, and or you're on a vacation surfer, so one vacation this year, what you want to improve in this year. Let me know quick, only if you like. If not, we go on with the last one. Someone wants to share it? Oh, yeah. Rike Reezy. I don't, Cornela. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I hope it's right. To be comfortable on a green wave. Super cool goal. That's amazing. Yeah. To be comfortable in green waves, there are so many factors and so many skills you have to learn or can learn. So I would highly recommend to get you a good coach and to do so, because we come in the next exercise talking about the degrees. We're going more into that. Look, I'm smiling the whole workshop. I'm gonna have muscle pain. Okay, someone else? If not, we continue with the short-term goal. Look at your pen and paper. Check, check, check. The short-term goal is the following. Every time you go into the water or plan your next surf session, so in your vacation with your family, Patrick, or with Marcel, sorry, or when you live on the beach, or you have your next free surf session, this short-term goal is exactly about one session, 1 or 2 days max. Usually the short-term goal is for one session. So have a look. If you're the next time on the beach, instead of just, oh yeah, just surfing or just trying stuff, you can ask, that's why you write it down. Imagine you're on the beach now for your next surf. Like your last surf was the last time, and now you're the next time on the beach. What could be? This is a possible one. The short-term goal you should definitely do every time before you want to go surf, to set yourself strategic goals. But imagine now, because we are live in front of a TV or whatever, laptop, imagine you're on the beach again. What kind of short-term goal you want to achieve in that one surf session? Write it down. So for example, which brings you closer to your long-term goal. Long-term goal, for example, was I do another one, hanging 10. To have hanging 10s, to try it more, to walk to the front of a longboard. For every beginner, you have in surfing, you have longer boards, you have shorter boards, and with a longer board, you can do cross steps. So you walk to the front and have this hanging 10 feeling. So for example, I think it was Patrick, nose right, longboard. If Patrick wants to have this his ultimate goal is have an amazing nose riding on longboards. His long-term goal is this year, maybe he doesn't have a longboard yet. Long-term is to buy a longboard and to have at least, let's say, at least 10 waves per session. Maybe that's another goal as well. Or to get more comfortable in green waves with his longboard. Yes. So his long-term goal is that. But in his short-term goal on the beach per session, he can have goals like, for example, always take the set waves because they take me longer, so I have more time. Set waves are more the bigger waves between the smaller waves when you look at the beach, for everyone who's a bit beginner. And those bigger waves have more power and they run a bit longer. So a longboard, you can stay more longer on one wave, for example, for Patrick. So his goal could be in the short-term goal for this particular session about like staying longer on a wave. So I only wait for the big waves. Go big or go home. So this is how it works, this whole structure of to become fluent Green. Perfect. Did you understand short-term goal? Give me quick in the chat your short-term goal for your next surf session, if you really imagine it. If you're the next time on the beach, doesn't matter in the summer or whatever. Imagine you're on the beach, what is your goal? Short-term goal, avoid nosedive. Oh yeah, move in a better position, turn quickly and catch the green. Amazing, perfect. That's a nice short-term goal, is to avoid a nosedive. Yeah, perfect. So there, short-term goal. Yeah, practice more to take off on the sand so I can improve them in the water. Yes, not waiting for the perfect wave too long. Caro, cool. So Caro, I think it's German. Caro is like more like are you a small hesitator? So you just wait sometimes a little bit too long instead of go for it. There's something dealing with the crowd probably. Yeah, this could also be an amazing goal. Say like, okay, this one, I just focus on like, don't wait too long. If this is a set wave, I take it. Caro, I take it. Focus on timing. Nice. Oh, Caro is already laughing. Haha, amazing. I know. Ha! Through digitally, it's amazing. Guys, I wish I could you all have in one classroom and we talk about this surfing, but I'm also really happy. I think my grandparents wouldn't understand like what's going on right now. It's amazing that we can have this interaction live via YouTube and a few technical devices. Is amazing. To look on longboarding, long-term right away. Look, Flo is here, the co-founder, and he even, now we can know his goals. Anyway, probably read the waves and make conscious decision on the wave. Speed, flow, slow down, turn. Amazing flow. Cool. So you have your 3 important goals ready. Look at your pen and paper. Be proud already of this exercise. Do it maybe every half a year or year, because sometimes it could shift a little bit, especially the last one. Because the last one, the short-term goals, it's kind of really, I would say, the hardest for you as a not coach, so a normal surfer, because there are so many tools and drills for us coaches to bring you to your long-term goal and, so to speak, to your ultimate goal. Because if you know, okay, I just want to improve that little particular thing, I want to be more comfortable in the water, then your goal is to be more comfortable in the water. But now, and this is the cool part, now we actually establish the what you want to achieve. What do you want? What is your goal? And because we did it, we wrote it down. I think when you look at your pen and paper, the second question comes up is how? And this is amazing. This is exactly how our brain works. If we would never ask the what, we would never ask the why. And how, and not the why, sorry, the how. So I want you to be busy of, okay, I want to have a nice cutback. But the second question is obviously, how do I do it? How to perform a cutback? And this is usually where coaching or surfing knowledge comes into place, because we have this amazing tool of the internet, and people are out there coaching. I'm a coach. I'm coaching on the beach, but also we have a live coaching tool now in our web. Well, even reading the books, there's so many books, and we have the particular step-by-step approach with the Surf Companions books. So we want you to think about the how. How can I achieve my goal? Because then your mind is busy. You want to be an athlete. You want to become this. So we come back to the identity. You're an athlete. You're a fit, vibrant person who wants to achieve those goals, which you just wrote down. So first, change your identity. Second, write it down. So you wrote it down. First exercise. There's more to come. Exciting. Drink a sip of water, coffee, get excited. So the second one is, please keep in mind those 3 goals are like amazing to follow, and it gives you a more strategic view of your overall surfing, instead of just going with no plan and just like, oh yeah, just surf. And yeah, you will get so much more out of every surf session when you have a kind of a plan, when you know, okay, this session I want to do this, and this session I want to do that. And that is usually the work of a coach. I have to be honest, because even when you're an intermediate, I'm coaching usually one-on-one coachings in South Spain soon from February on, and then in the summer in South France on the beach break. But usually the way of a surfer is this: you go into the surf camp as a beginner, so you learn the takeoff, the first touch with the power of the wave, the first week, and then you're like, oh, I can surf a little bit. Then you have a bit of experience in the green waves, and then what? Usually, this area of green wave surfer, I call it the intermediates, usually don't get any coaching, because they say themselves, wait, I catch sometimes green waves, that's okay for me. But especially there, the fun parts is just starting, because the nature is here, humans are here. When you understand the waves better, you will become better. You know more about maneuvers, you know more about equipment, and so on. Please trust me, get a good coach in any level, because it will develop your surfing better. It doesn't mean like you have to be coached every day, every week. No, but to have a right guidance next to your goals is the best you can have. Kind of a surf mentorship. Yeah. If you're already capable of surfing on different spots by yourself, but you kind of want to reach the next level, you need a trigger point. You need something else who tells you, or with particular strategies to tell you, okay, this is your next step. Work on that, and call me in a half a year, go have fun. It gives you motivation and so on. But here we go. We go to preparation. Preparation is point number 2. Give me quick a thumbs up. And a yes, if you still understand everything perfectly, if the connection is fine, and if you're happy so far what we're doing here. We're halfway through already. By the way, at the end of this workshop, you can ask questions. I even let a little bit more time for the ask questions part. Perfect, cool. And I have a small gift for you anyway, like every time. It's the second time workshop, actually. Okay, motivation. We have preparation. Cool, small exercise. Yes. Preparation, perfect. Yes, nice. Everything fine, all fine. Yep, yes, perfect. Amazing. Todo bien. So here we go. Preparation itself. Yes, how can we prepare ourselves? Before I start to go into the details, second exercise for you guys. Go with pen and papers and do this. Make a line in the middle. Whoop. Across like this. And on the left side, you write down in control. in control. And on the right side, on the other side, you write down out of control. Out of control. Perfect. So in surfing, you have two areas. You have areas where you have control over, and then you have an area which you don't have control over. So please, I give you 1 minute before I do it with you. 1 minute to write down in surfing on the left side, keywords, quick, what you can control, and on the other side, what you cannot control in surfing. Write it down. 1 minute. Go. Ba, 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 da, ba. And be quiet for a second. Super. Another 25 seconds left. I'm so happy, guys. I don't know. It's just, I love to coach. If you take something valuable, and if it's only one sentence, if I say in between, I'm already happy. Okay. I think everyone has some keywords. Write it down quick in the chat. What do you control over? What do you have control over in surfing? Write down only one thing. Boom, boom, boom. I want to see some words that are flying in the chats before I add something, or you even said everything. Fitness. Here we go. Flo said already. You have total control of fitness. Yes. Paddling power. Yes. The paddling power. Timing. Marcel, timing. What do you mean? Timing with what? More specific. The mood. Oh, emotions. Reke, emotions. The techniques. Nice. The nerves. Yes. Takeoff. Yeah, that comes more technique. Yeah, and surf knowledge. Amazing. Tech knowledge with takeoff. Concentration. Yeah. This is something mentally. Body. Amazing. Fernunterricht mit Lulu. This is German. Super. By the way, I'm German, but I speak English, Dutch, a little bit of Spanish, muy básicamente, and a little bit of French. Il raton virage, je tombe. Okay, timing when to take the wave. Timing to take the wave is, it's good. You can learn it. That comes into surf knowledge, Marcel. Amazing. Knowing which waves to catch. Wow, this is something you can learn, but it also takes experience. Yes, this comes more into the surf knowledge. Everything you just said was perfect. Choosing the right board for the skillet. Paula, you just hit it. Exactly. Surf equipment. So overall, yes, Flo is just saying it. I think he wrote this book. Yeah. Now, by the way, you get the full workshop, which I'm telling you here, guys, is what we're doing here together is not everything is in the books. So you get actually additional surf knowledge besides all the surf knowledge you get. We have already here tips, but this is real coaching right now, what we're doing. But nevertheless, you just said it. What we have control over is take your body in count, your fitness, your mental health, your preparation should be everything which has to do with your body. So also nutrition, what kind of fitness things you do, like what kind of paddle power you set, preparation, practicing surf skiing to better upper body movements. Polar, perfect. So the surf knowledge. So what you know, actually, you can prepare yourself. You can watch the workshop, which you just do is amazing. You can buy books to do it. You can do online courses. Yeah, you can watch YouTube videos. Yes, you can get surf knowledge. And guys, especially people who never surfed, you're the luckiest guys ever, because you can have access to surf knowledge. When I started surfing, I was in a German surf camp with some Germans. They just learned it from one guy from Australia for 1 week, and then they just practiced it in France and told you this is surfing. It was all 90% was wrong what they taught there. So you have the access of really good material. So surf knowledge you get, have control over the surf fitness. You have equipment and nutrition. all those things, like what equipment do you choose? If the waves are really small and you choose a really small board, then you have chosen the wrong equipment. You have control over that. So everything which is in your control area, we can prepare for. And this has to be so clear for you from now on. So everything in this corner, yeah, here, I wrote a little, this is a little U, yeah? Everything on this side, you can prepare. So preparation is all about this one. Now I give you 1 minute, do it really quick. On the other side, what can you not control? Write it down. In surfing, when you imagine you go to the beach or you prepare for the beach, you're in the water, what are the things you cannot control? Write it down. 1 minute. Go. So for everyone who just joined new in this live workshop, because sometimes they have later time, we have a small exercise. Write down what you have to control in surfing and what you cannot control. So imagine you're in the water right now. You cannot control. No. Write it down, pen and paper, quick. Only 1, 2 things. Perfect. Florian started already in chat, and this is what I want to see now as well. Everyone, write it down. Unavoidable washing machines. Paula, washing machines. Amazing. So waves, tides. Yeah, tides with the moon. Exactly. We cannot change the moon and tides. Big crowds. Diana, you just saying, yeah, this comes quicker, I have the feeling, the non-controlling part, because this part is sometimes the most frustrating part. Go. So big crowds, yeah. If there are a lot of people in the water, or a really bad guy who's just like being grumpy every time, or someone who's just in your way the whole time, yeah, the crowds is really hard. You cannot control the crowds. Other surfers, wind, waves, current, currents, angry locals, crowds. Oh, it's amazing, you guys. Sharks. Paula, yes, we cannot control sharks, but to be honest, guys, everyone, especially people who never surf, don't be scared about sharks, because there are more people dying of taking a selfie than by shark attacks. Okay, only this statistic will make you calm again. And the sharks don't like us in particular. It's like they really don't want to eat us. And look at the area you live in. But I think what she wants to say with shark is, yeah, the ocean and whatever lives in the ocean, like animals, like sea life. Okay, we have enough. The weather, perfect. You just named everything which you cannot control. Like, once again, you cannot control local winds, if it's on or offshore, the waves, the currents, animals who live there, other people, the size of the waves, the currents, and so on. But now it comes. Go to the side where you wrote down which you cannot control. And from now on, I want you to not get mad at those things anymore. It's a hard part, but this is the mental one. Because how could you, like, of course you can say, like, okay, it's a bit crowded. Oh, shit, so many people. Ah, yeah. Oh, no, suddenly the sun is gone. I want to have a nice tan after my vacation with my family. But I want you to train yourself mentally. Don't get mad at those things. Everything which is on the right, which you cannot control, don't get mad at it. Be water, my friend. Just relax. Yeah, because you cannot control it. You cannot yell at everyone and shout, go out of the water, you're too many people. No. So you can adapt to it with a positive mindset, with a positive self-talk, instead of getting mad at it. What you should get mad at it is look at the left side, which you control over. If you paddle out in a beautiful surf, it's just beautiful. Slightly offshore. It's by the way, offshore is the wind like from the land into the wave, so it looks perfect, like in a magazine. It's perfect. You choose the right equipment, yes, but you didn't train at all. No fitness, no push-up, no paddling, no swimming in your off season. You did no sports, and you're perfectly out there in those conditions you cannot control, which are perfect right now, but you're just too weak because you didn't do any sports. This is more frustrating than having a perfect or a few more people in the crowd. So look at the if you can control it, why worry? If you can control it, here it goes. Yeah, I'm not worrying about. You should be angry if you don't prepare yourself for the control part. That's what I meant. Exactly. And why? Raphael asked a nice question. If you can't control it, why worry? No, there is no worry, because if you cannot control it, why should you worry about? Yeah. I hope you understood that. So once again, if you look at preparation, yes, to understand better waves and wind, this is also part of surf knowledge. But being on the beach and there's heavy wind or rain or suddenly messy waves or the current is weird, yeah, don't be angry at it. More like see it more as a process, because the surfing, that's the beautiful part. This is part of nature, and nature changes everything. And we want to have you the best time. So I saw it a lot of times. They're like, no. If you have a bad controlly day, means like weird conditions, a lot of people, crowd, you appreciate the sessions, which are perfect, even more. Yeah, this is something motivative, hopefully, to understand, to have a self-talk. And the positive thing is, if you look at your in control area and you prepare yourself for everything, then you have to, like Raphael says, no, not to worry about. Why worry? Why? There's no, that we want to have this beautiful feeling of just being out there, being zen, being in the flow. And this is what we all want to reach and want to improve. So don't push it too much, but I hope that was clear. Give me a thumbs up, Quim. Okay, and again, when someone takes a wave. To be honest, Diana, I give you a small example. She just asked, how can you not get angry when someone takes your wave? First of all, there are rules in surfing. Yes, some people in my life, they also took some waves, but just turn around. They know what they did. Usually when they know the rules, they know what they did. Keep smiling and just try the next wave. If they continue to do it, to be rude, to be really rude, then I would advise you, for everyone, to talk in a quiet and nice manner. It's like, did I do something to you? Or like ask an open conversation. If he gets really angry, you stay calm at all times. You can see, and everyone around sees like he's an asshole. Okay? Just avoid the asshole if he's an asshole. But if you get angry the first time someone steals your wave, maybe he doesn't know better. Or what I found out actually last year, because it was so crowded in France, a lot of people, you cannot expect someone to follow the rules if they don't know their rules. Understood? So if they don't know the rules, you cannot expect them to follow the rules. They don't, 90% of them don't know that it just dropped in you. Okay, cool. I hope that was a clear understanding. Try to have a positive mind talk. Yes, it can be frustrating sometimes if it's too crowded and too less waves. Yes, but try to, stay positive and be more strategic about it. Robert, a surf camp, they often don't teach etiquette. Paula, yes, I'm really sad about that, but I always coach surf etiquette because it's so important. There's a reason why people might not. Yeah, a lot of people don't know it, but if if you go to page 12 and 13 into your intermediate surf companion, every one of you knows the surf etiquette. And if you get an angry person in the lineup, just send him his book. Just go like, hey, what's your address? I want to give you some surf etiquette. Boom, in his face. I would do it like this. But what we learned in our surf coach, I'm an ISA2 surf coach. If there's an angry person, always open, calm speech. Because if he gets angry, emotional, and too high up, you won. Because everyone around you will see like, this guy is crazy. Why he's getting so mad? If you stay calm and in your place. When it happens the second or third time, just go on and notice they've dropped in. Yes, you should notice, make them notice that, hey, do you know actually? But I like it to more approach a person like, hey, did you recognize that you dropped in on me? Or and they, when they don't know, they're usually really open for it. Oh, I didn't know. Or how does it work? And then you might have a new friend. So it really happened to me, yeah? Seriously. This summer, there was a really aggressive guy in the water. Oh, I have to be quick. Aggressive in the water. The other one dropped in, and I said like, oh, hey, you had a fight on the wave, but actually you guys dropped in on me. And then he came out of the ocean, like when I finished surfing, followed me and asked, hey, you explained it very nice. I didn't understood it. How does it really work? And I know this guy now. We write sometimes on the DMs on Instagram. So There is a nice approach to it, but Paula, you're right. People should teach more the surf etiquette, which I see in surf camps. But that's why we want the surf companions are like, yeah, we also coaching coaches. So I coach a lot of coaches, and we try to have the standard really high, so you know what you're doing in the water and outside of water. But give me a quick thumbs up. We still have a little bit of time. Sorry, we did do a little bit longer before we asked questions. Only a few more minutes. Give me a quick thumbs up if you understood the control and the not control. And like Rafael says, don't worry. But the preparation, you should focus on the control part. So get to know which board, get the surf knowledge, get proper surf knowledge, fitness, eat healthy. You're an athlete. Change your identity. Perfect. And you wrote it down. The last thing I want to do and tell you really quick, because otherwise it's too long, it's when we talk about preparation, what kind of exercises you should do outside the water, like at home and on the beach. I keep it simple because even that people don't do. I know it out of experience because people come to the beach in my surf class and then they're like, oh, I should have trained that and then. So first of all, if you're an vacation surfer, we call also landlocked, so you're at home, you're only on vacations, the preparation should be all at home already because you want to be ready in your surf area. You just want to enjoy it. There will be sand, there will be sun, there will be waves. You want to be fit, you want to be ready. I don't say, look, you have to be a pro athlete, but you have to stay fit. Please work on your fitness. A good fitness point is, for example, an overall duration means when you have, for example, a lot of stamina when you do go running. You go really proper swimming, for example. Those exercises will give you a lot of your lung volume. Volume will go up. You get more oxygen, and you can have more. You have more energy for the whole session because surfing is intense. So first, do all those things like cycling, swimming, walking, and so on. The second one is obviously you have to have a little bit of power. I don't say like everyone go to the gym, but do like normal fitness stuff is really important. For example, you can also do boxing. Ballet is beautiful for the body. Ballet, yeah, nice dancing. Whatever it is, I want you to choose a sport which you like because you stay motivated. It's easier for you to do, and then do it. Please stay fit. But I'm going to talk about surf specific. So if you're a beginner or even intermediate, what you never want to think about anymore in the water, so in your next surf session, is, everyone talks about it, but it's also true a bit, the takeoff. So imagine you do the takeoff at home in front of a mirror, in front of your camera, and you do it 100 times all over those weeks and months. Do you really think you have to think about a takeoff once you hit the water again? No, because it's automated. You need a few hundred, even 1,000 repetitions before it gets automated in your body. So you're not thinking about anymore like, oh, push, leg, and through, oh, this is takeoff. No. Your body will only think like, oh, nice wave, takeoff. And then we'll do the takeoff automatically. So this is a kind of preparation I would would definitely recommend for you at home. Do at least a few takeoffs. But training itself, remember the compound effect. Do it more often instead of one time a week and then a lot. Do it like every day or every second day at least. Do a few takeoffs, maybe 10, 20, 30, because all those weeks your body recognizes, oh yeah, it will end up to your next surf vacation to 100, 200, 300 takeoffs. So you did already 300 takeoffs. A good friend of mine, he's more than 50 years old, but he started surfing when he was, I think, 40, like a bit late. But he said, man, I started doing CrossFit and my surfing improved a lot because my overall fitness is amazing. First, I did nothing and I just went into the surf vacation. I got cramps after the second day. The shoulders got stiff, and so on. So please, guys, please take this advice and take care of your body and stay fit the whole time when you're not on vacation. Because if you change your identity to a surfer, if your identity is a real surfer, you will stay fit. because we surfers have to stay fit and agile and mobile. So the second one is overall fitness, and pop-up is one kind of takeoff. Yes, pop-up is one kind of takeoff. Exactly. The pop-up is one kind of takeoff, and we have this 3-step takeoff for beginners. Everything is, by the way, in the Surf Companions. We have all the different takeoff explained. If you have more questions about your preparation, about your surf knowledge, page 46 and 47 in your Beginner Surf Companions book. Nevertheless, not only the surf takeoff or pop-up you can train at home, what you definitely should also train, especially when you're a bit older. I'm also over 30, but beginning 30. So when you start getting older and you did already a lot of sports and fitness, it's really important to also stretch and be mobile. Because if you're mobile, then you can reach all those different areas and movements. Because in surfing, to turn, we have to have different maneuvers, open up, and so on. If you're really stiff and you cannot really raise your arm really high, or your back is really, you cannot do this and put your chest on, your paddling will be like this, and then you have cramps and even heavier stuff. So stay mobile, and overall stay identity as a surfer. That's why even pro surfers, they warm up like crazy. They do trainings outside of the water. You might think, oh, a pro surfer is just surfing every day. They're training outside of the water like a lot. They do stretches. Of course, they have physiotherapy, massages, recovery, and so on. So if your identity is a surfer, you should stay fit, because you have more fun in the water. Every session, you're fit. You have a lot of speed, power, and more fun. Okay, we have to talk about what you can do. Last thing about being on the beach. Professionally, have a personal massage. I have a foam roller. Yes, Paula just said they have a physiotherapist, and she has a foam roller. Foam roller is also nice. But I would also, hey, why not give yourself a little treat? Maybe once a month, go to a physiotherapist, and he's just doing all the right points, so you stay right on track. Why not? Save that little money instead of going to McDonald's for 3 cheeseburger, and treat yourself well, because you are an athlete. Okay, but nevertheless, more motivation will come now, because the most important thing when you're on the beach to take are two things. When you're in your short-term goal, you're on the beach right now, and you want to, right before you want to enter, there's perfect surf in front of you. A lot of people, especially people who surf longer, they don't warm up anymore. And my advice for you guys, please highlight it, write it down, do a proper warm-up. Like this and this is not a warm-up. A proper warm-up takes 10 to 15 minutes, really mobile, everything. Get your blood pumping, circulation, even a little bit of sweat. This is perfect. Why? Not even injuries. It's like because of your muscles, they are totally warmed up. The first takeoff, the first paddling into a wave, once you did a warm-up in the water, you are ready. Yeah, you're not taking 2 or 3 waves to warm up your hips. No. With the warm-up, you have already warmed up hips, and you will go into surf session. Unbelievable. Trust me, do it. Because not even physically, no. When you do the warm-up 10, 15 minutes on the beach, running, boom, doing these exercises, you also prepare yourself mentally. And those 10, 15 minutes, you can take time to watch at the oceans, like, oh yeah, who's taking waves? Oh, he looks really angry. Whoa, they're fighting already. Ha, I go to the other peak. Understood? So you can take that time with the warm-up to analyze and prepare yourself mentally. So once you hit the water, everyone knows, oh, Paula, Rafael, Emily, Flo, Patrick, oh yeah, they know what they're doing. They're ready here. The first wave you guys taking is already a nice wave. You know what I mean? So please, the first one you should take away from the preparation and being the exercise on the beach is, do please a proper warm-up. Trust me. You will thank me later. You learn the importance of a pro warm-up as you become older. Trust me. Yes, if you become older, good example, Rafael. I had once a student 72 years old. And this man, he was still fit for his age, but he had to warm up 45 minutes, almost an hour before he went with his longboard into the water. He had amazing waves, but he said to himself, if he doesn't warm up, nothing works in the water. And this should be in your mind. Branded, get a tattoo. No, don't get a tattoo. But please do a warm up. Even if your friends say, oh, it's super, we have to go in, blah, blah, blah. Do it. Trust me. Because in that time, your friend is maybe pedaling out and having one wave already. You will be ready for the first wave. You hit the water with your warmed up body mentally, but also physically. Last thing of today I want to give you is if you work on particular maneuvers. So for example, bottom turn, or like one said, like a cutback. Please do it on the beach right before you enter the wave at least 10 to 15 times. So first of all, you have to know how. Surf knowledge. Page 44 in your intermediate. Here we have cutback in all those 5 steps. But you have to know how, and then you have to train it right before you enter the wave. So really, without the board, you're walking in the sand. Okay, we have to throw. Yeah, was twist and hold. Yeah, and throw, twist and look. Boom. Okay, do it 10 to 15 times, because if you did it 10 to 15 times on the beach right before you go in, you have a sort of a muscle memory, and it's most likely that you have the movements already in the water ready because you trained it, instead of being on the waves like, oh, how was it noch? One more time, like hands up and then look back. No, you do it 15 times. That's it. Okay, 15 times. Yeah, this is what I'm going to train. I'm going to go on. Maybe in between your session, you go out and train it again. Okay, I want to give you the last. I hope you understood. Give me a quick thumbs up. And if you like the knowledge, what you just got here, because this is your special time. I told you, you can ask particular question about this thing, maybe overall questions. I want to give you, before I give you the present, I want you to ask me questions which you never understood or you might know, want to know. Oh, thanks up. Perfect. Oh, it makes me happy myself. Thanks. Thumbs up from Patrick and Rafael. Eoballe. Diana, super useful. Okay, cool. Let me know your questions, please. If there's any question, maybe there's no questions, but I hope you can take something away from it. If you have any question, overall question, before I give you your present of the evening, let me know some surf-related questions. Could be about coaching, about our surf companions. Maybe you have yeah. Oh, the last thing I want to give you as a motivation, when you write it right down, the last motivational thing I want to give you is the following. Take or choose a role model. Means if you want to stay even more motivated, I can tell it, Flo, right? Yeah, every time Flo was illustrating for the books, he was actually watching the WSL live. So watching the pro athletes live on his web, like everything you can watch online now, and next to it he was sketching all those beautiful illustrations which you see in the books. And this is also a sort motivation, because you are constantly getting in touch with surfing. So reading books, watching your pro athletes live. What you also, I definitely recommend to get a role model. So if you're into longboarding, look for some professional surfers who you like really the style of surfing. Or in shortboarding, Rob Machado, Kelly Slater, Bethany Hamilton, Stephanie Gilmore, Carissa Moore, whoever it is. Also watch podcasts from them. Listen to podcasts, watch YouTube videos, and to get to know them a little bit, even digitally, and watch their style and so on. But we have some questions already. How you know the right board volume based on weight and level as a vacation surfer? Hey, Patrick, Rob Machado, Kelly Slater, Italy. Yeah, look, Patrick has already some role models, because there can be really inspirational. Dave Rastrovich, whoever it is, read stuff about them, what they say, so you get to know that person, because they say something really cool sometimes in between, also about life and how they take surfing, the philosophy about it, and it's beautiful to follow. So this is also sort of surfing, staying in touch. 2 goofies and 1 regular. Okay, how do you know the right way board volume? Board volume, there is an internet calculator almost from every brand. Every surfboard brand has an they call it the surfboard calculator. You can fill in your level, your weight, and your age and your fitness level. And with that, they usually say like, okay, it's around 36 liters, 40 liters, 50 liters, whatever it is. But I have to say, if you choose already to be a longboarder, the longboard is more about the shape itself, not really more about the volume. Of course, you can talk about the liters, but if you go to longboarding, usually when you have a classic longboard and when you're a more bigger, heavier guy, for example, me, I'm 93 kilos, 186, then I should get a 9.6, at least 9.5 to 9.6 longboard length. With a 9.0, 9.1, yeah, I can surf it, but to really have this stylish walking to the front in longboarding, I should definitely go for a longer board. A smaller girl, for example, with 50 kilo, she can go for a 9.2, 9.1 and do beautiful hang tens and whatnot. So to have the perfect volume, you can have a kind of guess with the volume calculator, but I also have to admit it's depending on the shape, because it depending on the wave you're surfing. If you know, oh, I'm barreling in pipeline, please don't go to pipeline in this if you're not really amazingly good. But if it's really hollow and fast wave, you don't want to go with a longboard there in. But if you know it's a beach break, I need kind of a shorter, quick board, you might go for a fish. So fish can be shorter because it's wider and you still have the same volume, but the volume gives you an indicator for. So for example, like I told you, there's a calculator. Every shaper usually has that. You can fill in your weight, your height, and your fitness level and your surf level. Be honest about it, also about your weight. And then they say you kind of the liters. But small tip for you, Patrick, try a lot. So try different boards. Maybe try soft top in between and oh, cool, this is like 60 liters. I tried this board. I hardly catch any waves. Then you know, whoa, this is way too less board. So when you try different boards, for example, you have different rentals or you have friends, then you know also, nah, I should stay definitely, because rather go too big than too small. For everyone, guys, rather go too big than too small. Because when you go too small, you don't catch any wave, you don't have fun. But if you have too bigger board, I love to soft top with an 8.0 and catch a lot of waves, because the more waves you have, the more fun you have. The more volume, the longer you board, the more waves you catch. Yeah, but you have to control it, obviously. So please don't do the mistake I did and buy as quick as possible a short board because it looks cool on Instagram. Don't do it, because you want to have fun in the water. Okay, which podcast do you recommend? Paula, amazing. I have 2 podcasts, Joe Rogan, but about surfing, to be honest. It's a surf talk, the surf talk with Max and Paul. He's also, both are also ambassadors from us. We have actually 2 episodes. I did already 2 episodes with Max about coaching, if you're interested. So Surf Talk podcast is an amazing podcast, also for Germans. I would also recommend Get Wet Soon. So write it down for Surf Talk podcast. You will find it on Spotify. And also, what is that? The Get Wet Soon. Get Wet Soon. It's also a friend of mine, Thomas. They're really 2 really cool podcasts about surfing, and also he meets shapers and so on. Really interesting to listen to. Joe Rogan, overall, there are some really cool people. It's obviously one of the biggest podcasts. Cool. I hope that helped. Caro, when is the best time to do coaching as an intermediate beginner? Like 1 week surfing on your own, then 1 coaching lesson and surfing your own again, or what is the most effective way? Great question, Caro. Cool. Caro just asked what kind of coaching you should start as an intermediate beginner. An intermediate beginner, I would call someone who just can stand off in the white water and standing in the white water with ease. So when you stand up, every white water you paddle forward, so takeoff is no problem, paddling is no problem, you understand the current, the waves, it's time to go out there into the lineup. And I definitely recommend, if surf camps, it's coming more and more, luckily, offering that, I would definitely stay the whole week with coaching. Or you take, depending on the surf level, I'd rather recommend you to do a one-on-one coaching, which is more intensive, but it's totally for you, or in a really small group, and then do maybe 1 day of coaching, then 2 days you try by yourself, and then the third day again with coaching, and so on. But as an intermediate beginner, when you just start to understand the green waves, please trust me, because I wish I knew that when I starting all those things, because I learned everything the hard way. I did all the mistakes for you, so I can coach you even better. But I would definitely recommend do the whole week of coaching. If you're already an intermediate kind of, I can handle myself, I know how to paddle out in shoulder, head high waves, I know which waves to take, and I can take waves by myself, then coaching, for example, like once a month would be perfect, with video analysis, or every second week, something like that. That's enough, because you get so much information and trainings that you work on that on your own, because you can work on your own, and then you keep going. I hope that was clear. How do you know when you're ready to change to a shorter board? Ready to know? Depending on which short board you're coming, if you're coming, for example, from a mid-length, which is already hard top, or if you come from a soft top, really big. If you come from a really big 8070 liter soft top, and then you want to go immediately from a 60, I wouldn't do that. I would do first a mid-length. So for example, a 7.4, so 7 feet and 4 inch, 7.4, 7.6, hard top, try it out. Or, which I really like, they're not even developing the hard tops. No, also the soft tops are getting better and harder. So if you want to stay safe in your surfing, maybe I should do a new workshop all about safeties and so on. Stay with a nice soft top. I just recently bought a 6.6 soft top, amazing also for my coaching lessons. They're amazing, super to turn, you feel safe, you have a lot of volume, and they're 6.6. So I would say, if you should try it out, depending which you come from, Diana. How do you get ready to change? Yeah, but depending on which you come from, if you come from an 8.0 and you want to go directly to a 6.0, nah, I would recommend stay at least 6.8, 7.0. Try a shorter board, but not a short board. But if you really want to try it out, to be honest, get a friend, or what do you say, like rent it for 1 day, a short board, and try it out, and you'll feel, man, this is so much different, so much harder to paddle in, because you have to be always at the right point. Your paddling has to be perfect, and your takeoff has to be nice. It's like it's a little bit more quicker, more agile. If your front foot, back foot is only slightly off, the board doesn't work, so it's not that so much of forgiving. So there is not really a moment in your life which a coach will say like, oh, try a short board. This is something so individual. I would more like do it like this. If you have already a shorter board, or you want to come from this board to that, I first have to see you coaching with that board in this condition, and then you can kind of say, yeah, try it out, short board. If you cannot handle a bigger board, like catching consistently waves and so on. Oh, it's getting really long. Sorry, I have to be quicker. Then if you don't feel comfortable, then you should never go really short, really quick. If you cannot handle like a nice mid-length or 7.4 stable, you should not go to a short board. Yeah, I hope that was kind of a good answer for you. Hello, where in Europe is the best ways to learn maneuvers? Oh, maneuvers. Maneuvers, if you want to have more like a longer wave, to be honest, to have really more time to do maneuvers, you kind of want, in the perfect condition, you want to have more like a reef break. So a reef break is if there are stones underneath, so the wave is a little bit longer breaking. Usually I would recommend you then to some spots in North Spain, and Portugal. South Spain has also some point breaks. France is usually beach break, but France can be sometimes really nice and long because of depending on the sand, on the beach break, on the sand banks, depending on each year which are running. For example, last year in the summer, we had an amazing, it looked like a point break, but it was actually sand underneath, and it was a perfect left. It was running and running, and I was like, what? Looks like the Mentawais or so. So it's really hard to say one particular spot, but I would then more recommend more like long border waves, which are a bit more soft, but it stays longer open. So North Spain, Portugal have a lot of reef breaks, and South Spain has also some reef breaks and longer waves. I hope that was clear. But to be honest, almost every country has. Yeah, okay. I live now over the Christmas times in Holland, and yes, I know some friends of mine are Dutch, and they can also turn. But to really learn turning, to be honest, to really learn turning for 1 week intensively, and you have the money for it, and you live close, I would go to a wave pool, like maybe 1, 2, 3 sessions, and really try there your turns, and then go into the ocean again. So, one last question, and then I give you your gift, and one more question, and then we're done. It's perfect. What do you think about cheap boards like from Decathlon or soft boards? First of all, I love soft boards, soft tops. We call it soft tops, but soft boards are amazing because you feel safe and you catch a lot of waves and you progress, and your technique has to be on point and perfect to turn a board. So, for example, if you go to a smaller board, you can just do weird stuff. So the technique is not right, but your board is so good, they do good stuff. And you think you have the sensation of, oh, I did a big turn. Actually, you didn't. So to have a soft top in general, amazing. Back in times, I was a bit against Decathlon because the material and how they designed boards was really bad, but they developed. So I had one student of mine, she intermediate, she called Greenwave with a Decathlon board, and I was really stoked about it. Like, she had fun. So the goal of catching a good wave and stable wave with the newer boards was actually quite good. So I was really surprised how they got so much better, because usually a few years back, those boards were like breaking in half. It's like after the first surf. So there are a lot of people still in the chat, and I hope that the answer was clear, Carol. I'm still like it, but if you want to have long-term something good with you, like good material, go for a good surf soft top. Just like I said, from Ocean Earth, for example, I bought a 6.6, amazing board. You can put real fins in later if you like, and it was 340 euros or something in Osgore, like in South France. I was so stoked, like, what? So I would recommend for everyone who wants to improve their surfing but wants to feel safe about it, go for a good soft top. It's amazing instead of a hard top, because also for traveling, also for if it gets a ding, when your hard top, like a board like this, gets one here smash against the doors, like you have to repair it almost. Okay, I want you to give the last gift of tonight, because I'm still super stoked about that you took the time to be here to watch it and to get some knowledge. Because as you might know, in the Surf Companions, we have our Surf Companions book, but we have also online surf knowledge. You can get the surf skate course. I did a whole online course about how to start with surf skate, but also to the maneuvers, and really in-depth explanation in video form. If you're interested, go after this meeting to surfcompanions.com and check everything out. But now it comes my gift. We have, if you want to work on your mobility, we have a program developed with a mobility trainer, physiotherapist, and we call it the mobility routine, which is amazing. I use it myself, and you can get, even with the last thing, yes, Stoke, my voice is getting higher. We decided that one of our ambassador coaches, Marvin, and me, we give you the chance to get live coaching with us means you can book and schedule a date where we can have a one-on-one coaching call about your surfing and your surf skating. We're going to analyze your videos. If you have videos from yourself surfing, or you have a friend who filmed you surfing, we can discuss your surfing. But nevertheless, if you train surf skating, we're going to talk about your surf skating and analyze live your video. And thirdly, if you don't have both of them, but for example, you're a beginner and you really want to get your takeoff better, we can even do a live call with you doing the takeoff, and we coach you live, or you film yourself doing takeoffs a few times. But if you want to get more information, everything is on the website under coaching sessions. If you want to book and schedule a one-on-one call live with us, it's possible now. We're really happy to offer that to you guys, because our main goal from the whole Surf Companions is improve your surfing. So the live workshop and so on. I have one last question to you guys. Oh, you're present, of course, you're present. If you go on our website, and for the online courses, I give you a gift for tonight, only tonight. If in the checkout you write into the box live, like you see now in the chat, I just put a chat, and use this, this is your present code live, you get 10% of everything, like on all the courses. On the books, we cannot give it because there's a rule in Germany. On books, you cannot give discounts. You can look it up. It's otherwise we'll give you something, but it's not possible. But what we can do is all on the online courses or online knowledge, you get 10%. Last but not least, I'm stoked to coach you in this way, even when we're physically not here. But my last question to you guys is, because I want to do it more regular, my question is for you guys, would you be up for it to do a whole, how you call it, a whole webinar? Like I ask you guys, would you be able and would you pay money for it if I would develop an webinar for 2, 3, even 4 hours, like maybe a whole beginning, a whole not afternoon, a morning, maybe to 10 till 2, whatever it is, 10 till 4, a whole webinar day? Would you spend a little bit of money, and how much would you spend on a webinar? And or you say like, nah, I'd rather do free. Let me know quick. That would be a tremendous help for us if we should focus on that as well, because then I would develop an amazing webinar for you guys about different topics. Yeah, let me know quick. That would help me a lot and us a lot to think about with our team if we should pour more energy into that, or if you can be really honest to me and you can say like, nah, there's enough out there. I just rather want to have live knowledge like this. Would it be valuable for you to have a product like this and know like, man, there is a surf webinar. We're going to talk about the most common mistakes in green wave, how to read waves, whatever it is, all those subjects, an amazing day of surfing knowledge live, and you can watch it here through the internet. Would you be interested in such a thing? Let me know quick in the chat. Is the chat still on? Yeah, right. Or are you already on our website looking for the coaching things? That would be amazing. Let me know quick in the chat if you would be up for it, and if you would spend money for it. If you would, here we go, live webinar question. Yes. Oh yeah, cool. Okay, cool. Oh, nice. Rafael says he would pay. Patrick as well. Cool. And another question: would you pay less than 50 euros or more than 50? You can, if it's really like a long day, there's a lot of work into it and so on. Here we go. You can also click on it quick. Amazing for this time. This is the last thing I ask you. I know you waited almost, or you worked with us, even with me, even 1.5 hours, and I hope you come out that like with motivation, but also happy and stoked about those goals you wrote down yourself. But I hope you know more about the preparation and what you should focus on in your next surfing. So we have less than 50, 75%. Cool. That's amazing. Thanks so much for your feedback. 50. question. Frederica says, yeah, 50 or even 50 for me, it's better 4 times 1 hour once a week for 4 weeks. Oh, that's also nice. That's a cool idea, Frederica. Super for your feedback. Yes, she rather says like maybe once a week, 1 hour a week instead of one long one. That's really cool feedback. And we have less than 50. Super cool. One last planning thing for you guys. You are allowed to also not allowed. I would be honored to coach you guys from this Surf Companions community also live in on the beach. So as you know, from now on, I'm going to be from February on in South Spain. It's in Andalusia. It's close to Cadiz, like around Sevilla on the Atlantic coast. There's beautiful waves there. And until June, probably the whole May, I'm going to stay there, February till May. So if you're interested in live surfing, maybe you don't have an accommodation even, but maybe we can talk about it. I can plan something, arrange something. You can ask me, just go to our website again and write us an email, say like, man, or a DM on Instagram, because I'm responsible for the Instagram. If you're interested in real life coaching on the beach, you are also at the right source, because I agree with Frederica in the webinar once a week. Lucky you. Agree. Splits. Okay, less than 50 split. Cool. Amazing, guys. So if you have no more question, I think that was long enough. It's 1.5 hours. I didn't expect it to go so long, but I had so much fun with you. I love that you stay active. Which spot in Spain? Yeah, in El Palmar. Diana, in El Palmar. I'm going to be in El Palmar. Yeah. I used to live in Cali since I lived in Jerez Jerez de la Frontera. Yes, there's a Decathlon. You can buy boards there. I love this place. I lived there in El Palmar almost 6 years, and every winter, and I love it there. I used to be a head coach there. What's Contrarian Group, where you announce trips for coaching? I don't have WhatsApp or Telegram group at the moment, because company-wise and data-wise, it would be too difficult to handle. I rented a board. Yeah, cool, Rafael. But I'm going to be in Andalusia, and if you're interested, you can just write me on Instagram, like I said, or with the contact form on our website, and then we stay in touch. Afterwards, I will give you, of course, a more direct connection. But yeah, like I said, your birthday present came now. If you go on our surfcompanions.com page and you go to coaching, all our courses for you are 10% off if you put live in the checkout. Nice spot, Palmar. Yeah, and Palmar is nice because you still have some spots where you can almost surf alone if you walk a bit down the beach. And yeah, Caños de Mecca is close. Cool. So guys, thanks so much. If you want to have real coaching, the surf illustration book, step-by-step approach, whatever it is, it shouldn't be a sales thing, but I just wanted to offer you that because our whole passion is about you and improving your surfing, and that's why we develop it. I wish when I started surfing to have access, which you have right now, to get it. Oh, Frederico once said like, or 2 times 2 hours in the evening, not in the weekend. Not the weekend, okay. That's cool feedback. Which spot in Spain? Many thanks for the import. Everything for that. Very nice. Wow. Thanks, Robert. Makes me really happy. Thank you guys so much. And I wish you a great evening. Thanks so much. And yeah, keep track of your goals. Guys, thanks so much. Cool, man. Thanks, Timmy. Bye.